Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome again to this lecture of electronics. I guess we were studying communication, right? So we have almost completed the amplitude modulation techniques and amplitude modulation, the modulation index, modulating index of amplitude modulation. So today we are going to continue with that same. Let me share my screen. I guess my screen is visible. Is it visible? Okay. So my screen is visible to you. Let me introduce myself. Dr. N.D. Meshram, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Electronics, Sri Mathura Das Mota College of Science, Nagpur. And today we are going to continue with the same portion of amplitude modulation. And here we need to study the frequency spectrum of amplitude modulated signal. Now, remember the word frequency spectrum of amplitude modulated signal means we are not only going to vary the amplitude of it, but it will also possess some of the frequencies that are concerned with this amplitude modulated signal. So let us start with that. I will just start with the definition of the amplitude modulated signal. So this is the definition of the frequency spectrum. So the representation of an AM wave in frequency domain, right? What is it? It is the representation of amplitude modulated wave in frequency domain is known as the frequency spectrum of AM wave. And now I will like to show you the graph itself so that you will understand very nicely that what I really mean by saying frequency spectrum. So representation of amplitude modulated wave in frequency domain, right? So we'll be taking on one of the axis the frequency portion of it, and then we'll be showing you how many amplitude how many bands are there in that. So that is called as the frequency spectrum of the amplitude modulated wave. And some more definitions which are concerned with that. The frequency spectrum is a graph of amplitude versus the frequency, right? So here we need to check the amplitude with respect to the frequency. So as we go on increasing the frequency at some bands, the amplitude is going to vary, and that is what is called as the frequency spectrum of amplitude modulated wave. Yeah, and again, the frequency spectrum of an AM wave tells us about the number of side bands present in the AM wave with corresponding amplitude. We have some more side bands where we are having a slightly higher amplitude, right? So we need to study those corresponding amplitudes also, and those are called as the side bands, right? So I guess you have understood the frequency spectrum, right? Frequency spectrum is actually a graph of amplitude versus frequency. Okay, so let us start. There is some equations which are really concerned with that, so I won't go in depth, but just for say understanding purpose, I would like to explain these equations. So let us consider an equation of AM wave. Now this is actually the amplitude modulated wave, right? So the equation will be the AM means the amplitude of AM equal to EC, the amplitude of the carrier, plus EM sine omega t into sine omega ct. So this is the whole equation of, say, the amplitude modulated wave, right? Where we are having this as the frequency of the modulating signal, EM sine omega t. I guess you are my cursor is being visible to you. I'm showing you this equation, EM sine omega mt. So this is the equation for the modulating signal, right? Whereas this EC and sine omega ct is the equation of the carrier wave. Now after modulation, we are expected to get this type of a equation, AM equal to EC plus EM sine omega mt into sine omega ct. Now if you again solve this, and just we are taking this EC as common. So if you take this EC as common, we'll get 1 plus EM by EC sine omega mt into sine omega ct, right? So this will be the equation that we are getting after having this EC out of this bracket. And we know that EM by EC is equal to the modulating index. Sorry. So this modulation index is given by this equation, the amplitude of the modulating signal divided by the amplitude of the carrier wave, right? So now substituting this M in this equation, we'll get another equation as EAM is equal to EC into 1 plus M sin omega MT into sin omega CT. If at any point, if you are not able to understand these equations, please let me know, right? So this equation, I guess you have understood how we have got this equation. So EAM is equal to EC plus 1 plus M sin omega MT into sin omega CT. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Sorry. So simplifying, we get EAM is equal to EC sin omega CT. Now what I'm doing is I'm multiplying this sin omega CT as well as this EC into this bracket. So I will have two portions. One portion will consist of EC sin omega CT plus M sin omega MT into sin omega CT, right? So I'll be having both the equations. So here we will be having EC sin omega CT plus MEC sin omega MT into sin omega CT. Now this term on the right hand side can also be simplified as by equation sin A plus sin B. This is the formula for that equation. When we have two trigonometric identities, the product of two sine waves will be equal to sin A into sin B is equal to, that is a formula which is given in trigonometric equations. Sin A sin B equal to cos A minus B by 2 minus cos A plus B. So what we are going to do is we are going to put this equation over here, right, in this equation. So after resolving and putting this equation over here, we get this sort of equation. So we get EC sin omega CT. This is actually the carrier wave, that is the LSB and USB. Okay, then we will be having this as the MEC by 2 cos omega C M minus omega M into T minus M by EC by 2 cos omega C plus omega M into T, right? So these are three waves, three equations actually. Sorry. So yeah, this is, I guess this can't be changed. So this is for the carrier equation. This is LSB, that is lowest sideband, and this is USB, so upper sideband, right? Lower sideband, and this is upper sideband. So we are having this equation. This is the carrier which is written over here. So this should be here carrier. This is LSB, that is the lower sideband, and this is the upper sideband. I will show you in the graph itself. So this is the equation that we get after resolving that. So from this equation, what we have, so the first term in sine term is called as unmodulated carrier signal, that we have taken in the earlier slide. The second term is cos term at frequency FC minus FM, called lower sideband, that is LSB, with amplitude MEC by 2. Okay, where omega C is equal to 2 pi FC, or omega and omega M is equal to 2 pi FM, right? So this is the equation. I guess you have understood this. Oh, yeah. So this was the equation that we have got. This is a carrier equation which is unmodulated. This is the lower sideband equation, and this is the upper sideband equation. So we are studying this. Yeah. So here it is showing you the first term, which is called as unmodulated carrier signal. Then we are having second term as FC minus FN, that is called as the lower sideband. And the third term is called as cos term at frequency FC plus FM, called upper sideband, with amplitude MEC by 2. The same amplitude is over there. So we'll be having this type of a waveform. Now here we are having on x-axis, we are using this frequency, and the amplitude is taken on y-axis. Now here you are able to see the amplitude of the carrier is the highest at this frequency, that is the frequency of the carrier, central frequency, right? And the lower sideband frequencies and upper sideband frequencies are the amplitudes of those frequencies are lower with respect to this carrier, right? This is where we are changing. So this is the frequency spectrum of the amplitude modulated wave, where we are having different say frequencies and sideband. So this is FC minus FN, that is the carrier frequency minus the modulating frequency, and we get the lower sideband. Similarly, if you add the carrier frequency plus the modulating frequency, we'll be having the upper sideband, which is having both are having same amplitude, that is MEC by 2, right? But the carrier wave at the central portion, when we are having maximum, so we'll be having the highest amplitude. Okay, so this is the frequency spectrum of AM modulated, right? I guess you have understood how we have arrived on this graph. Okay, so now the second portion that we are having is the bandwidth requirement. Now, what is the bandwidth requirement? The bandwidth of an AM signal is defined as the frequency range from upper sideband to the lower sideband frequency, that is we call it as the frequency spectrum. So वो दोनों के बीच में लोअर साइड बैंड और अपर साइड बैंड के बीच में जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है, right, that particular is called as the band. Now the band of the frequencies, right? So what we'll do, we'll be subtracting the higher frequency with the lower frequency to get the band in between. So कितनी frequency के लिए वो काम करता है? I can show you back in this. Yeah, here you are able to see that we are having this FC minus FM and FC plus FM. So we are calling it as a upper sideband, and this is called as the lower sideband frequency. So these two frequency, if I name this, I can name this as FH, right? So higher frequency, and I can name this as lower frequency. So we'll be having 2 points. If you subtract this higher frequency with this lower frequency, you will get all the frequencies which are available over here, and we call it as the range of the frequencies, and this particular range of frequency is called as the band of that particular frequency, right? So that is shown over here. Okay, so this is the bandwidth of the AM signal, which is defined as the frequency range from upper sideband to the lower sideband frequency, and we call it as the frequency in the frequency spectrum. Okay, so how we calculate? So bandwidth is calculated as a frequency of USB, that is about, I've told you, what I've taken is FH, and F lower, that is FLSB. So you have to subtract higher frequency, lower frequency with the higher frequency, like this. So if you do this, then what you'll come to know that this is FC plus FM minus FC minus FM. And again, if you say solve it, so what you are going to get is FC plus FM minus FC plus FM. FC gets cancelled, and we get twice of FM. So this much of the bandwidth is available for in the amplitude modulated wave. Okay, so bandwidth required for an AM signal will be, hence bandwidth of an AM signal is twice the modulating signal frequency. Remember this, right? So this is how you can calculate the bandwidth. Bandwidth means the range of the frequencies in which this amplitude modulation is will work nicely, right? So we'll expect a nice output in this range. So that is called as the bandwidth of AM signal, and that is equal to the twice of the modulating signal frequency, right? So this is the bandwidth requirement that we have. We have some more sideband concepts that we call it as DSB and SSB. We are not concerned with the other. DSBCS can be taken as means double sideband full carrier as shown in the figure, right? So this is double sideband, full carrier, small carrier, SSB, VSB, and all. So we are not concerned with this. Yeah. So these are some of the examples of those FC minus FM and FC plus FM. We have seen this, right? So SSB is like this, USB is like this, and yeah. Now the representation of AM wave, we have seen this. So AM wave is represented in two waves in the time domain, as we have taken, in frequency domain, like this. So this is in time domain. Oh, sorry. So this is in time domain, which we have seen earlier. So this is why we call it as time domain, because on x-axis we are taking time, right? And on y-axis we are again taking the amplitude. So we are having this type of a amplitude modulated wave when we talk in terms of time domain. So the AM wave is represented in two waves, one in time domain and the other one in the frequency domain. So frequency domain, we have seen this. So frequency domain can be shown like this. Frequency means amplitude versus the frequency. Okay, so amplitude versus frequency. So frequency is taken on x-axis, whereas amplitude is taken on the y-axis, and accordingly we'll be having this equation. Okay, so this is how, this is the time domain. Yeah, so here we also, that amplitude is going to vary. Here it is maximum, we call it as EC plus EM, and here it is minimum, we call it as EC minus EM according. So we'll have these type of in graphs, one in the time domain and the other one in the frequency domain. The power relation. So what is power? I told you in the say semester 1 itself. What is a power? Power is nothing but the product of, say, the voltage and the current. So here also we require power because we need to transmit this AM wave through an antenna. So if it is having a highest power, then only it is possible for the antenna to take this to a larger distance, right? So the total power in the AM, that can also be calculated like this. So carrier power plus power in USB upper sideband plus power in the lower sideband. So we can write like this: PC plus PUSB, PLSB, and the voltages divided by the resistance, right? So E square by R. So that is the formula for power. If you can say, if you remember this, power can be calculated as E square by R, V square by R. That is another formula for power. So we have taken that, the same, that is the amplitude divided by amplitude square divided by the resistance, like this. So E square by E square carrier wave divided by R, E USB square by R, E LSB square by R, and similarly. So where E carrier, ESB, LSB are the RMS values of carrier and sideband amplitudes, right? So these are all the amplitudes, where R is the characteristic resistance of antenna in which total power is dissipated. So this is the resistance of the antenna, right? So the carrier power can be calculated like this. So carrier power is given by PC equal to E square carrier by R, and that is nothing but EC by under root square, right? So that can be calculated accordingly. So EC peak to peak can be calculated at EC square by twice of R, where EC is peak carrier amplitude. So E is the instantaneous amplitude and this is the peak. Okay. Similarly, we can calculate the power of upper sideband, and similarly we can calculate the power of lower sideband also. And then if you put all this in the equations, then we can get this sort of a equation like this. So peak amplitude of the sideband will be MEC by 2, and if you put this, we'll be having M square EC square by 8R, right? So this is the formula for, so the power. So we will add all the say all the powers of LSB, USB, as well as the carrier, and then we are able to see that the carrier wave will have this power. Similarly, PUSB equal to PLSB will be having M square by 4 PC. The total power will be M square by EC square by 8R, right? So this was for the total power, and this is how the total power can be calculated. If you put all everything, we'll be having the total power equal to 1 plus M square by 2 into PC. From this equation, we can say that as the value of M increases, total power also increases. For M equal to 1, total power will be maximum. That is for unity modulating index. So remember this, if modulating index is 1, then the total power will be equal to 1.5 times of the power of the carrier. Okay, so this is the maximum power that we are having, right? So this was all about, say, the amplitude modulated wave. This is an example which you can solve. Example means a numerical is given over there. A modulating signal is having this equation 20 sine 2 pi into, say, into 10 raised to power 3. Yeah, so 10 raised to power 3 into t is used to modulate a carrier signal. So this is the modulating signal, and this is the carrier signal that we are having. and we need to find this modulation index, percentage modulation, sideband frequencies and their amplitudes, bandwidth of AM wave, and we have to draw the frequency spectrum as well. So this is the question. If you want, you can take a snapshot of this. This is the solution. Modulating signal ki frequency 20 sine under into 2 I pi 10⁻³ into t. This is equation 1, and we can compare this with this equation. So we can find out this. This is equal to 20 is equal to EM. FM will be equal to say 10⁻³ hertz. That is 1 kilohertz. 1 kilohertz. And then similarly, carrier signal can be equated with this equation, and we can compare both of them, and we can calculate, say, the amplitude of the carrier as well as the frequency of the carrier, that is 10⁻⁴ hertz. That is nothing but 100 kilohertz. The modulating signal is having a frequency of 1 kilohertz, whereas the carrier wave is having a frequency of 100 kilohertz. The amplitude of modulating signal is 20 volts, whereas the say amplitude of the carrier is having 40 volt. And modulation index can be calculated as like this. So this is equal to 0.5. Okay, EC by EM by EC, right? So 20/40 will be give you 0.5. I guess the equation is missing over here. Might come last at the end. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the percentage modulation index by just multiplying it with 100. You'll get 50%. Here we will be having this EC by EM, I guess. EM by EC. 20/40 will give you 0.5. So this equation is missing over here. So we have calculated first modulation index, then percentage modulation. Then secondly, yes, we will start with sideband frequencies and their amplitudes. So LSB will be like this. USB will be FC plus FM. Similarly, amplitude will be like this, and bandwidth will be twice of FM, so twice of kilohertz. So this much is over. I guess this is an best example to understand how we can calculate these things. So if you have any questions in that regarding this, you can ask me. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining. If you have any questions, I'll love to answer those questions. Do you have any questions? Okay, I guess there are no questions, so we can sum up over here. Let me conclude formally. Thank you very much for joining the class. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel and watch my videos, like, share, and subscribe my channel. I will be uploading more videos on my YouTube, so be there for more exciting videos. Thank you very much for joining. Take care, stay home, take care, and see you in the next class. Bye. Good day. Have a nice day.